Hello friends, here we will see the notes of My Life Closed Twice Before Its Close. My Life Closed Twice Before Its Close was first published in Dickinson's posthumous third collection poems by Emily Dickinson's third series in 1896. This poem published in the year of 1896 in the third series of Emily Dickinson's poem collection, that is also posthumous. Posthumous in the sense the poem published came out after the death of poet Emily Dickinson. Scholars do not know when it was written. This work, written by the period, was not mentioned. The poem has also been published in some other anthologies under the name Parting. The same poem is published in some other names called Parting. Like much of Dickinson's best work, this poem is simultaneously personal and universal. How we take like that? If we take personal, it is personal poem, or if we take universal, it adapt or it up to everybody. On the personal level, the poem's speaker is telling of the losses he or she has suffered. When it is come to the personal level, the poem tells about one person's losses, he or she, what they struggle in their life. So painful that they were like death itself. Especially it focuses on the death. Though the speaker has not experienced real physical death, he or she cannot bear to imagine anything that could be more terrible than the two deprivations already experienced. It is not the feel of real death. The poet won't feel the feel of death, but she feels more painful than the real death. So she says, before I died, like that. The speaker does not tell us what these losses were, but one might imagine some bereavement, the death of the loved one. Here, throughout the poem, she doesn't say anywhere what is the real reason or what is the once again the first close of the life. She did not mention anywhere, but indirectly it says the whole poem theme is the death of loved ones. About author Emily Dickinson, born December 10, 1830, death May 15, 1886. She is an American poet. Her poems deals with the themes of death and immortality. She wrote almost 1775 poems, 1775 poems altogether. But especially in all these poems, there is no title or heading of the poem. Famous poems like Because I Could Not Stop for Death, I Measure Every Grief I Meet, Success is Counted Sweetest. These are all the first line of those poems. She did not mention any poet to any one of her poems. We will see poem's summary now. Lines 1, 2. The poem begins with a powerful statement. The speaker's life has already closed 2 times. Especially while poem begins with the main important word, it is closed. 2 times she mentions the word closed. Why and how? Here the use of the verb closed might be interpreted. In 2 ways it is mentioned. In 2 ways, one meaning might be finished or concluded. Closed in the sense finished or concluded. But another could be closed in all sides, shut in, either or both. Second meaning is closed in all sides or shut in. One more way to interpret this, it may be both reason also. One meaning is closed, another is closed on all sides. It may be both meaning also. Both meaning seems appropriate. Dickinson's poetry is often concerned with both the theme also related of death and the theme of isolation. One is death, another is isolation. Before its close most likely means before its conclusion. In heading we can observe before it closed, in the sense before its conclusion, before its wind up or ending, or before that final closing act of every life, the concrete physical death of the body. especially the final days of the everybody's life. Lines 2 to 4 she explained here. In these lines, the speaker expresses concern about what the future might hold. Regarding the future, the poem speaker, having already suffered two life closes, is left to deal with whatever will happen next. One incident happened in her life, she did not mention those, she mentioned just closed. After that, how she leads life is important. It comes here. Immortality is the only capitalized word in the poem which does not fall at the beginning of the line. Immortality in the sense, the meaning, the life after the death. One might have expected her to use the word mortality, as that is a way that most people talk about the end of life. Mortality in the sense, end of life. Lines 5 and 6. In these lines, the speaker wonders if the next event, if it ever occurs, could possibly be as huge and as hopeless to conceive. Here, poet says it may be huge, as the two events or clauses that have already happened. The two events or two clauses, what had happened. Here, huge is probably used in the sense of one of its synonym, tremendous. Huge in the sense, the big in size or tremendous. It is very problematic to face. It is very dangerous, like that. Meaning capable of making one tremble, hopeless to conceive. There is no hope in the future, like that. She lost everything by that one incident or by that one clause. Indicates impossible to imagine. It is very horrible to imagine, like that. Lines 7 and 8. We reached the last lines of the poem. The word parting is a clue to the meaning of closed. Parting in the sense, it is directly meaning to the word close and close. In the first quatrain of the poem, like most of the word poet uses, parting is rich with meanings. Parting is here used in a many meanings, not in one meaning like close or closed. It has many meaning in the poem. It has many themes also. We will see the themes of especially this poem. Themes: permanence, permanence of the life or soul, or mortality or immortality, alienation and loneliness. After the loss of one beloved one or the closest to the heart, what the person feels, the same loneliness here poet feels. She says throughout the poem the same feelings. Next, death. Death is a main and foremost theme of the all the poems of Emily Dickinson. If you observe, death and immortality is the main theme of her poems. Here also she mainly focused on the death. If you like the notes of this poem, please let me know in the comment box. If it is useful also, please text your opinion in the comment box. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.